I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, October the 21st, 2015. A 19-year-old Israeli woman whom the Times of Israel reported is an IDF soldier was seriously wounded in a terror attack today. She was stabbed in the neck by two Palestinian attackers at the Adam Junction near Binyamin, north of Jerusalem. One terrorist was shot dead, reportedly by a female combat soldier from the Home Front Command. The second was arrested. The injured woman was evacuated to Hadassah Medical Center for treatment, where she was listed in critical condition. Doctors were fighting for her life. Police sappers were also called to the scene to check if the terrorist was carrying explosives. He was later named by Palestinian media sources as 22-year-old Mu'taz Atala Qassem from the town of Azariah in East Jerusalem. Earlier today, a 15-year-old Palestinian girl tried to enter the Jewish settlement of Yitzhar armed with a knife. She was shot and wounded by IDF forces, who then provided her with medical treatment. And an Israeli policeman was lightly injured in what appears to have been a car ramming attack next to the West Bank settlement of Ofra, when a Palestinian driver crashed into a checkpoint, ignoring police warnings to stop. Police opened fire on the vehicle, but the driver managed to flee the scene. He was later apprehended by police and taken for questioning. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu departed Israel this evening for Germany to meet with U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry. Kerry announced the meeting in an effort to restore calm to the region. The two will meet in Berlin tomorrow. Kerry will then meet this weekend with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas and Jordan's King Abdallah II in Amman. And United Nations Secretary General Ban KiMoon wrapped up his visit to Israel. Ban met last night with Prime Minister Netanyahu and today with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas in Ramallah. Before coming to Israel, the UN chief had recorded a message to Israelis and Palestinians, urging Palestinians to put down their weapons and telling Israel that despite their security concerns, walls, checkpoints, and, quote, harsh responses would not lead to peace and security. Last night in Jerusalem, Netanyahu stressed to the UN chief that Israel was committed to the status quo at the Temple Mount and that the escalation in violence there was due to Palestinian incitement.
I believe it's time to tell the truth about the causes of Palestinian terrorism. It's not the settlements. It's not the peace process. It's the desire to destroy the state of Israel, pure and simple.
Ban said in response that he has been, quote, deeply troubled by Hamas and Islamic Jihad, praising the recent terror attacks, and had conveyed this to PA President Abbas. Ban is now set to meet with Abdallah in Amman. UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, voted today in Paris on a new version of a Palestinian-sponsored proposal, which passed. In the revised proposal, the Palestinians had withdrawn their demand that UNESCO declare the Western Wall a part of the Al-Aqsa Mosque and a Muslim site. They did, however, leave in a request to recognize Rachel's tomb in Bethlehem and the tomb of the patriarchs in Hebron as Muslim sites. The new proposal also condemns ongoing Israeli archaeological excavations near the Temple Mount and at other locations in the Old City of Jerusalem, and condemns what it claims is aggression and illegal measures taken by Israel against Muslim access to the Temple Mount. 26 UNESCO representatives voted in favor of the revised resolution, 6 against, and 25 abstained. The countries that voted against were the United States, Germany, the UK, Estonia, and the Netherlands, and the Czech Republic. Earlier this week, referring to the original proposal, U.S. State Department spokesman Edgar Vasquez had told the Jerusalem Post that the United States strongly opposes this resolution and any such use of international fora, such as UNESCO, to inflame tensions in the region and alter the status quo at the holy sites. He said the U.S. was in urgent consultations with UNESCO member states and leadership and with Israel to discuss the matter. Vasquez had said one-sided anti-Israel resolutions have been a recurring challenge at UNESCO since 2009, and in all such circumstances, the United States has blocked consensus on such resolutions. And looking now at our JBS programming for tonight, Wednesday, October the 21st, at 8 o'clock, author Susan Zuccotti talks about her new book, which addresses the Vatican during the Holocaust. At 9 o'clock, Mark Golub sits down with founding president of the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, Rabbi Yechiel Eckstein, who talks about his own personal journey, answers his critics, and analyzes Israeli and Jewish life today on L'chaim. And coming up right after this newscast, IDF soldiers remember the Gaza war. And at 6:30, Thinking Out Loud with Micah Halpern. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, October the 21st, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader.